Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Demystify Selling with Microsoft. And I'm very excited for my guest today, Alicia Tapia. I ran across Alicia's profile in a couple webinars that I watched that she was speaking at. And so I was really excited to have her join us today. So, Alicia, welcome.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I'm very excited. But before we jump into what we're going to talk about today, I'd love it if you could just take a few minutes and share with the audience a little bit about yourself, your background, and where you land in the Microsoft ecosystem.
Thank you. Yes. So I've been here in Microsoft for a while. I've been working closely with ISV partners, independent software vendors, especially or specifically with those with SaaS solutions, software as a service solution for the nonprofit sector, which means they are not a non-for-profit, but they serve the nonprofit sector. So
Yeah.
I have had the pleasure of collaborating with partners like Virtus, Onboard, and more to drive solutions that transform how organizations operate and serve really the nonprofit sector.
I love that. I love the fact that it's very mission driven. I think that's the thing that's so unique about the not for profit space is that although the companies serving, as you mentioned, the serving those not for profits are a for profit company, my experience is that they're very mission driven and that they really want to contribute to the greater good. So with that, I'd love to tell you or tell us how you support those partners. What are the things that you work with partners on, and how do you sort of help them on their journey through the ISV and the Microsoft ISV journey, I guess.
Absolutely. And so, in my role as a technical strategist in Microsoft, in the digital natives team, it's really about bringing Microsoft technology closer to the mission, as you mentioned correctly, of this organization. How? By making sure that they have technical readiness to adopt tools that now you're probably having like a lot of people talking about this in your podcast, AI, security, analytics, in ways that can make like a larger impact, right? So this is where my team's missions evolves or revolves around creating strategic partnership with organizations that support these initiatives.
I love that. I love that. And, as companies are thinking about their journey and as these partners are bringing their SaaS offers to the market, my experience is that Microsoft is really investing in helping them through their marketplace journey. Is that your experience as well? Is that marketplace is going to be a big part of going forward?
Absolutely. I believe that it's already a big part. And I see it not only because what offers in terms of getting you closer to your customers, right? But the efficiency that it has with the dashboard, with the process, handling your transactions and your leads and the opportunities. I think it's just like a no brainer. Not only that, but Microsoft also has programs like the ISV Success, right, which has like a team that specifically aligns with you to help you in this. Let's call it a journey because it is, and sometimes I talk to the partners that I support, and there's a small hesitation because it's okay, it's partner center, but it's also marketplace. What's the difference? Is there's going to be someone to support me, not only to support you, but there's a lot of benefits that you get
Right.
for applying to ISV Success, which is something that not a lot of our partners know. And then it's kind of like as you have saying it's different flavors, right? You have different options from a transactable opportunity, from like a contact me offer,
Yeah.
but really understanding that with a transactable offer you get really the most out of not only co-selling but other programs and continue to unlock more benefits. It's something that, yeah, when I start sharing this with the partners, is like, oh, okay, tell me more, or I didn't know, or like, who can. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think you touched on a lot of different things there, and I think that what partners may not recognize is that when they do go down the path of transactable, which to your point can sound a little scary at the beginning, but really once you move past the technical sort of ins and outs of that, you start to unlock so many different programs and you bring value in so many different ways, not only to your customer, but to the Microsoft sales teams as well. I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Do the sales teams look for partners that are transactable as sort of their first go-to partner?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because not only shows, and these, I think this is a very important topic because it's one of the key attributes that we look in partners, right? For us, at least in the digital natives,
Yeah.
it's really about alignment with Microsoft technology and a strong understanding of the nonprofit space, but also making sure that they're building solutions that are scalable. So for this, marketplace is a fantastic, right? Because we can take the most out of like the unique challenges that they have and really communicate these with other sellers so that they understand more about their solutions.
I love that. I love that. And you know, you alluded to the rewards that are part of that. I mean, it shouldn't be underestimated how valuable these rewards can be in terms of what Microsoft terms the marketplace rewards. You know, growing your business and building more scalable products and offers. It really is a huge value add. Um, so, what I'd love to do is, could you take a moment and maybe share some of the best practices you see from one of your partners that you work with? And feel free to call one out if you're comfortable with that, and kind of walk us through what you see them doing really well in the ecosystem.
Yes, yes, yes. But that best practices in terms of building their solution, accelerate innovation, or best practices specifically with marketplace. Let me tell you a little bit about this partner that we have. Is more so they have like an expertise in data analytics. We have another partner that we're working closely. It's on board with governance tools. So if you could tell me a little bit more of like the specifics on where do you see the best practices, and then I will definitely, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's start with sort of how they go to market with Microsoft. So, some of the best practices in going to market with you and your field team, the sellers that support the customer base, would be really beneficial, I think.
Yes. So besides the programs that Microsoft has in digital natives, we also have go-to-market support, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if we can share like a link with your audience, but there are some fantastic case studies that we have for some of our partners. Other things that we do for the go-to-market, it's we help them, with collaboration if they have a need of webinars or things like that, and then more focus on marketplace. Absolutely. We unlock all, we make sure of that we are reaching out to every program that it's available, and we serve as let's just say as an analogy, it's like a curator, like a museum curator, but like a
Yeah.
curator like in Microsoft, because you really need, be very efficient. And that's what we want to have. We want to make kind of like a summarization and what it's really relevant for them in their specific scenario, not kind of like globally. It's for you. This is what it's relevant.
Great, great. And we can absolutely share a link. So I'll be sure to post the link in the chat after we go live. And then I would also love to dig in on that a little bit because one of the things you talked about was hosting webinars and events. And as I mentioned early on, this is how I came across you, and you and I got connected. Was you were out there with a partner sharing the value to the customer, sharing the solutions that the partners bring. So really having these joint go to market efforts is it seems to be a value add to you as the Microsoft seller, bringing more and more solutions to market.
Exactly, because we definitely rely and leverage marketplace, right? A partner's marketplace presence means that nonprofits can find them and
Yeah,
also can deploy their solutions faster, right? With confidence in Microsoft backing. These backing does not necessarily is just specific for marketplace, but we want to be with them also along their journey. Double down on that message,
yeah.
amplifying. Work with them as an amplifying force, right? So this is why we extend this collaboration to be like, okay, let's tell us what is the message that you want to transmit, especially if it's a solution that we've been working together. And it's not only ISVs and Microsoft. Let me mention that we also work with fantastic SIs like Newway, right? So it's truly a partnership, partner with partner and Microsoft.
Yeah, and I think that's really, in my mind, that's how I view marketplace. We see more and more marketplace moving to these, what used to be multi-party private offers, but now just multi-party offers and being able to bring the ISV solution together with the SI, or have the SI bring a solution directly to customers. So I think that that really speaks volumes to Microsoft's commitment to bringing the partners together and solving the customers' issues at scale. So, and I guess one of the things that I would love to ask you is how you view the partner community. Do you really view the partner community as an extension or arm of your ability to reach customers and as a sort of extension of your sales team, if you will?
Before my time in Microsoft, I had the pleasure to work in amazing consulting companies, and I was avid of the community. Still, right now, I am. I'm truly try to participate as much as I can, and like SQL Saturday, things like are relevant because this is how it, it's kind of like an open safe forum for our customers and our partners to interact
Yeah.
and share kind of like best practices and new things and trends. So absolutely, I love the community, and I believe that the Microsoft has done like amazing work in building and strengthening this community. I mean, sometimes it's if we talk about solution specializations, I believe that this is not only a badge, right? Although we all love badges, like at least I do. Um, and, but it's a way of creating confidence as well, right? Confidence in the customer and also in the partner.
I love that. I think that it's such a new motion, although it's been around for a couple of years now. The shift from that legacy gold and silver to these
Hmm.
solution designations has really been game changing in terms of helping us as the partner community to identify inside of Microsoft where we fit. And so it sounds like to you that's equally as important, is that the partners double down on investing in their solution designations, their specializations. Is that something that you're aware of when you're working with partners?
Absolutely. I mean, I need to, because part of the programs that we have in Microsoft, like the Azure AI Innovate program, right,
Hmm.
requires a specialization in order for you as a SI partner to apply for funding. So it's not only, hey, let's take a look if you as a partner that is a trusted partner. If you maybe you have already some specializations, then what can I do to help you closer to these other specializations? That's something that I also work with SI partners.
Yeah, and I love the fact that we're seeing Microsoft invest more in the software designation. So it's no longer, historically, I would hear complaints from partners that, oh, well, it's very much aligned to just SIs or just systems integrators. But my experience, and I'd love to hear from you, is do you see that program growing to be more inclusive of the sort of digital natives and ISVs to help them really identify within the Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program?
I think yes, there is definitely a space, and we are taking the right steps to move forward for like achieving that. In my experience right now, I think that we still have some missing steps, but we'll get there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the program is really evolving, as is the market. Like, I mean, we look at how quickly things are changing and AI, which I'd love to talk to you about here in a moment. But I think that the program is really evolving to catch up and keep up with the changing market and ecosystem dynamics. So I love that. Now, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about AI. I think so, not just Copilot, but AI in general, and how you see that affecting and changing the partner landscape. And I've got to assume that you look to partners to really help with these discussions around AI and Copilot. And I'd just love to hear kind of your take on that and your take on the partner community, how they are approaching that, and things they should be thinking about.
I think that the organizations were rapidly adopting AI, right? At least to start working with POCs and making sure that they had an MVP ready to be tested. And now I see them really taking this approach from the AI, the responsibility that AI brings to the table. Like, and I feel that this is really a game changer because they are taking like, you know, not a step back, but like really considering like all the implications that the responsibility that AI brings, and then also taking a look to the data that is behind that it's really fueling these AI models, right? Why do I say this? Because I live here in Houston, and for me, I think AI it's very similar to oil in the fact that you may have like all these data,
Hmm.
but if you don't refine it, transform it, then you cannot get the most out of it. And I think that now that it's something that it's um, that our partners and organizations are really doubling down, which is the security and the structure of their data, which is fantastic. Is really AI. It's powered by data.
I love that. I think you touched on a couple of the things there. The security is so critically important, and I think that historically we don't think of every partner as being a security partner. But my take is that if you play in the AI space, you have to have some level of experience and sort of thoughtfulness around how to secure and protect that data, and to your point, structure that data. Um, but I also really I want to double click on what you talked about, responsible AI.
Mhm.
I think that that's really key, is that we talk about, oh, we can put these agents out there, or we can have AI do this, but the concept of responsible AI, what does that mean to you, or to Microsoft in general?
Yeah, I feel like it's a deeper understanding of governance, right? Making sure that you are asking the right questions, that you're verifying who's responsible and accountable of these models, right? I don't believe that all, the everyone in the organization should be, technical savvy, but at least knowing where is the data coming from, right? Ensuring that there is no bias, that when you are refining those models, that you understand which data you are refining. And it's all ensuring that you are building and constructing a responsible AI agent or the usage of it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that it's going to be such a big part, and is such a big part of the partner motion forward today. So I love that, how you think about it, from the security, the data structure, and the responsibility of delivering AI. So as we're wrapping up, Alicia, I would love for you to share sort of what's one takeaway you would have for your sort of ideal partner that plays in the not-for-profit space, offering up a SaaS solution. What's the one takeaway you'd want to leave them with today?
Oof, I think that um, just keep reaching out to the community, be involved, and also we look for partners that are as engaged as we are with them. So just keeping
Yeah.
up that fantastic energy that all of our partners have, and yes.
I love that. It's just to stay engaged, to really connect with the right people, and to nurture those connections, and build on those connections. I love that, Alicia. And final question is, if somebody wants to reach out to you, is LinkedIn the best way to do that?
Yes, yes, yes. So I would love to connect with your audience in LinkedIn. It's a great way to share insights and keep up the conversation going with both current and future partners. So yeah, let's keep building impactful tech for social good.
Absolutely fantastic. It's been so much fun, Alicia. I appreciate the time, and I look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.